everybody and welcome back. In one of my previous videos you would have seen me changing the fuel filter to the Dongfeng ZB28, and I also solved a minor fuel delivery issue. Now when I was doing that video I noticed around the fuel injection pump, apart from the bleed screw, there were other bolt heads and tops that were painted red, and that got my attention. When I was talking to Brismac on the phone, I asked them, I took pictures of every single one of these things and sent them down to a fella called Cameron and was asking what they were. Now he just sent me back one photo of what I was looking at and had labelled what all those red items were. I'll show you that photo now. Okay, you've seen that. Well, that was great. I mean, what better service can you get from people? So Brismac, thank you. Thumbs up to you guys. Thanks for helping me and all the other customers. So that picture they sent back to me allowed me to understand what all those red objects do on the injector pump. So I was able to drain and check the level, etc. You'll see what I mean in a minute. For those of you that don't know, this model of tractor, Dongfeng, have painted everything that an operator needs to check and maintain red. So it's littered with red bolt heads and screw heads and tops, top to bottom, which is a good thing. Sort of like cars, you'll see the yellow colour on the dipstick and a couple of other things, but on a tractor there's much more. So without further ado, let's move into it, and I'll show you how I changed the oil on the fuel injection pump. Let's go. Okay, about to commence changing the oil in the fuel injection pump, which is right in the middle there. Let's get a bit closer. So that big red top is where you refill it with oil, and there's a couple of drain plugs underneath. I'll just get you a look at that. Alright, here we are with a view from underneath the fuel injection pump. So we've got a red bolt head there with a flathead screwdriver access to it. That's the level plug, they call it. So when we drain the oil out, we'll put everything back in, and when we fill it, once the oil starts pouring out of here, that means there's enough. Now it's a bit harder to see this next one, but there you can just catch the glimpse of another red painted bolt. That's the drain plug. And I did see on another video on YouTube, the bloke that did it undid two drain plugs, and it looked like the exact same injection pump as this one, but I can't see that here. Well, that bolt's right at the very bottom, so you would think that it'd get everything. Alright, let's continue. Okay, I hope the view's good from there. I just want to comment on this best little buy, this little Ozito torch I bought. It's so handy in here to see what you're doing. Look, you can adjust the angles. I think it only cost $19, and the battery's from the drill, obviously. Alright. So see this, I'll come in from another angle. This top, it was all covered in mud and I started unscrewing it. And it doesn't unscrew unless it's got 150 threads in it, and I've done about 200. It just spins. So therefore I'm thinking, if you look down underneath it, there's a bolt sort of head arrangement. Now there's not a lot of room to swing in here, so it seems to be 13 mil. So this is the filler point, if that's what you want to call it. There you go. Alright, see now it's all coming undone together. Very good. You learn something every day. So that's that. Interesting little arrangement. And there's a zip tie there. Alright, I don't know why, but we'll find out. So it's important to take that off, because when we undo underneath, there's airflow and things can drain quicker. Stopping. So I've got a nice big tub under there to catch the oil. There's not a lot of oil in there, but I don't want it messing up the floor. Now this would be interesting. Where I want to see, that's not a bad view, I think. But the tripod and camera is in the way for where I want to go. Bummer. Let's put the work light on. So I'm wanting to, let's adjust that. I'm wanting to undo this bad boy here first. See it? Shame I can't get the light to, it's probably the best I'll be able to manage. There. Let's do a trial. Let's see if that's 13 mil. And my paw will get in the way. Let's go through here. How's that? Are you 13 mil or not? No, must be the next size up. Let's stop. I tried a 15 mil that was here next to me when the camera was off. That was too big, so I've gone and got a 14. Let's see how we go. $14 it is. Oh, very good. About time I'm not troubled by tight bolts. Hope you can see what I'm doing, everyone. Alright, time to use the hand. Yeah, bummer. Bit more. I can just see what I'm doing here. My head's under the loader arms. It's ridiculous. There's a good drop for the video. Where am I? Here. This will go all over the chassis, but straight down. I see a washer coming out. Make sure I grab hold of that, and there we go. See, that looks nice and yellowy and clean. But the guys at Brismac said, change the bloody thing now as you're supposed to, so you can save yourself big repair bills down the track. According to the boys at Brismac, a lot of people forget or don't bother with the oil in the injector pump. I want it to last a long time, the tractor, so that's why I'm doing it. Alright, this is the boring bit now, we'll just let it drain. Whoops, I forgot the level plug, folks, so let's do that. While we're at it. Okay, it's an interesting arrangement. You got the thread, the bolt head and something hanging down. Don't know what that's all about. There's plenty of people out there smarter than me. Let me know what it is, folks. Why is it like that? I'm not concerned, but I got no idea. Alright, enough of that racket. So the oil in the fuel injector pump is the same as the engine oil, I'm told. So I'm just going to grab some engine oil that I've got here for the tractors. Just use a little pourer and we'll go back and delicately fill it with a small funnel. Let's see how we go. So this is going to be a little awkward filling it up, not to do but to film and get all the right angles, because just a reminder, there's the fill port and we'll sit the funnel there somehow. Then if you can see, which you probably can't unless I adjust the light, we'll go from underneath. Oops. Down here is the level plug, as we called it. Once the oil seeps out of there, we've got to do all that up too. Here we go. Alright, let's put some oil in there. The funnel's the right size for the skinny bit, but pity it's not a bit shorter. How am I going? I hope I'm not spilling it here. No, all good so far. So there's no need to panic. Once it comes out of the level hole, so what if you don't catch it in time? You're not going to lose all your oil. That's just saying we're towards the top, or it's the required level. All good. Don't know if you can hear in the background, another shower comes down. Where I live up north, it's the wet season. We haven't had a clear blue sky since around Christmas Day. Alrighty, I think we've hit gold. Struck oil, something like that. So you can hear it trickling down and we're into it. Hopefully my head's not in the way. Oops. Right. Excellent. I get it. Go. Not the way I like doing it. I've got a camera in one hand and a screwdriver in the other, and my glasses on, and it's all a bit confusing. Alright, you get the drift of what's happening there. You just tighten him up and we're done. Apart from putting the lid on at the top. Excellent. And then we just put the top on. Easy. That's it. Just tighten him up with the spanner, we're done. Okay, we're finished now, and I hope you got something out of that. I certainly did, because it's the first time I've ever changed oil in a fuel injection pump. And certainly it's something important to do, because as I mentioned somewhere previously, when I was talking to Brismac, they strongly suggested that I change that oil in the fuel injection pump, because a lot of people tend to forget it and it just gets forgotten, and over time it'll play up on you, and there's quite a few $100 repair bills in fixing something like that. I certainly learnt a few things in there. As you saw, I had no idea how to get the filler plug out, because it didn't look like a bolt, it looked like some sort of cap that I was unscrewing, but as you saw, I figured that out. And the level plug, as you saw, that was a bit of a mystery to me until I hope I correctly guessed that it's fashioned in a way where there's like a drain portion with a little plastic cap to keep all the grime out. Alrighty everyone, again thanks for watching, and we'll see what I can conjure up for the next video. Thank you, goodbye, see you next time.